Welcome to Maths for All. I'm Aisling Flynn. This is Rational Numbers 1.1, Fractions. A rational number is a number that can be written as a fraction. A fraction is part of a whole thing. A fraction is not a whole number. We use fractions in dividing whole numbers. So the first diagram here takes a whole thing, so one unit, and divides it into two equal pieces. We call these halves, and we write 1/2, so the grey one symbolizes 1/2, 1 out of 2 halves. The next diagram shows three equal pieces, or thirds, in which one of the three, 1/3, is coloured blue. The next diagram shows four equal pieces. We commonly call these quarters, and 1 out of 4, or 1/4, is green. And the next diagram shows 5 equal pieces, or 1/5, etc. So which is bigger, 1/5 or 1/6? That's a diagram of 1/5, and this is 1/6. So it looks to me like 1/5 is bigger than or greater than 1/6, and it is. If you consider perhaps a pizza, if you cut it into 6 slices instead of 5, well then each slice will be smaller. So the more divisions you make, the bigger the number under the line, the smaller your slice will be. And 1/6 is less than 1/5. So we've used the greater than sign and the less than sign there. Which is bigger, 1/5 or 2/5? Well, obviously, 2/5 is bigger. 2/5 is greater than 1/5. Okay, so the number on top of the line is telling you how many slices are shaded. And 1/5 is less than 2/5. So again, we've used the greater than and less than signs there. So let's look at how we write fractions. The diagram shows 2/5. So the 5 under the line, it tells you what type of fraction you're working with. What divisions were made? So how many divisions did you make? How many equal size groups did you make? Or how many slices did you cut? This gives the name of the fraction. So in this case, we're dealing with fifths. And this number under the line is called the denominator. That part, NOM, of the word denominator refers to the name. So it tells us what fraction you're working with. It names the fraction. The number on top of, and we divide, so it tells us how many divisions we had. The number on top of the fraction, so the 2, tells us how many of those divisions we have. Okay, so how many slices? The number of slices. And this number on top of the line is called the numerator. And we will multiply by however many slices you have. Okay, so numerator on top of the line for multiply and denominator under the line for division. So let's use that information in the next written problem. So finding fractions. 180 people attended a business conference. 2/5 of the people there were female. Question A, how many people there were female? And B, what fraction of the people at the conference were male? So to answer question A, how many people were female, we must find 2/5 of 180. So we start by dividing. We're dividing by 5. The denominator tells us how many equal groups we need to make. So we divide by 5 to find one group, and 180 divided by 5 is 36. So that is 1/5. But we must find, the numerator tells us, 2/5. So we multiply the 36 by 2, and it gives us 72. So 2/5 of 180 is 72. There were 72 female people at the conference. So again, the number under the line is for division, the denominator, and the numerator above the line is for multiply. And question B, what fraction were male? Well, we must find what fraction is left. Okay, so all of the people, 180, represent 5/5, the full lot. Okay, 5/5 is a whole. And we must remove 2/5, the 2/5 that were female, and we'll find out how many fifths were male. So 5/5 subtract 2/5 gives you 3/5. Okay, so look at that. You see, we're just working with the numerator, the numbers on top of the line. We're counting fifths. If you picture the 5 slices, you start with 5, you take away 2, how many are left? 3/5. Okay, so 3/5 were male. Now it's time for you to do it. Check your understanding using the quiz and practice what you've learned by doing the written exercises. Here's your glossary for this lesson. Thanks for